Hi, Aletha here with Create Your Future, and thank you for joining me today. I want to remind you that Create Your Future is still giving away a free course, How to Find Your Blocks to Manifest Anything Fast, and to also alert you that September 25th, I have a new course coming out, and the course is all about healing. Healing your pets, healing other people, and healing yourself. But it's mainly focused on healing your pets. However, the whole process works for anything, right? Anyone, yourself, other people, and pets, because it is a part of the law of assumption and what you must assume to be true. And we're going to talk about that today. We need to dwell in the assumption, the being, the becoming of the person you desire, so that you're no longer desiring it, you're literally dwelling in it. You are living in it now. You are living from it now. And when you do that, that's when it manifests. You must first internally become the desire that you are wanting to manifest. If you are desiring to be with a specific person, you must first live internally, dwelling in that state of consciousness that I am now with that person, that I am now living from that state of consciousness that says I am with that person. It is who I am. I am dwelling in it. Are you dwelling more in it, or are you dwelling more in the 3D circumstances? It's so easy to get caught up in the 3D circumstances, thinking that that's the true, real reality, when in fact it's not at all. It is only a reflection, a mirroring back of your past thoughts, your past state of consciousness. What I'm conscious of manifests. When your consciousness is pushed out of you, it's mirrored back to you. I am whatever I am conscious of being. And so you must first be inside of you, mentally feel it, and believe that this is who I am now. Dwell in that for it to manifest. If you are constantly worrying about what's going on in the 3D, if you're worrying at all, and you're feeling sad and lonely, then you know that that's the sign right there for you that you're not doing this right. You are not dwelling in it. You are not living in a state of consciousness that says, I have it now. And you must first live from the end of already having it. That's how you manifest. You can't live a little bit in the old story and a little bit in the new. You have to live totally and completely in one or the other, because you're gonna manifest. And if you want, people will often ask me, well, how long is it gonna take? I've been doing this for a long time. So how long, or let's see, what's the right question? Are you really truly living from the end, dwelling in that as though it's yours right now? Or are you constantly moving back and forth between the two, the old story and the new story? Sometimes you're in the old story because something happens in the 3D, or those negative thoughts come to you, the fear, the anxiety, the doubt. You know what? When fear, anxiety, and doubt comes to you, we often say, let's ignore it. Let's replace it with the new story. But what about let's make a choice? Let's make a choice. Let's choose what we want to experience. And that's what you really need to do. When those negative thoughts come in, you make a choice. And you can simply say to the negative thought, you know what? I live here. This is who I am now. Go away, your old news. Let it go. You have to let the 3D go. And you have to let all the stuff that comes to you in the 3D, in your present moment, go. Because it is a reflection of your past thoughts. It's not real. So why give it your energy? Giving your energy to nothing, when you could be giving all of your energy, your time, and your focus to fully living internally, dwelling internally in that beautiful, blissful place of perfect health, of having all the financial abundance that you need and want and long and desire. It's yours now. You don't have to do any of the longing, needing, wanting, and desiring, because you've got it now. You're living in that state of consciousness that says, I'm with my specific person now. I'm living in the joy. I have heaven on earth right now. My life is full of bliss right now, in this moment. My 3D does not look anything like that. But internally, I'm dwelling in that story. I'm dwelling in that. And the more you dwell in it, the more you become it. And when you become it and have fully actualized it inside of you, that's when it's going to manifest. That's when it's going to show up in your 3D reality. It's yours now, but you have to give it your attention. You have to dwell in it. And you have to dwell in it more than you are the 3D. You need to let the 3D go and make a choice when it comes in to bother you, whether that's a thought, fear, a doubt, or something takes place in the physical realm. You make a choice. I'm going to focus on this and cry and spiral and feel really upset about it or become frightened, or I'm going to make a choice to stay in the dwelling in my new story, that I am this now. And I have to make that choice, because it's always a choice. Whether you would want to admit it or not, it is a choice. You either choose to wallow in the old story and feel all those emotions and allow it to upset you, or you make a choice when whatever happens that maybe not be what you want it to be. When you get to that point, you have to make a choice. Am I going to wallow in that and give it my attention, or am I going to continue dwelling in the state of consciousness that says, this is mine now, I have it, and feeling that heaven on earth feeling that blissful life that you are experiencing internally, as within, so without. You must experience it inside of you first. You must become it first, and then it will manifest. It will be mirrored back to you by the universe. So what is the key thing here today? You need to dwell in it, and you first need to make a choice. When you have when you're at a crossroads between going back into the old story, into the old 3D, no matter what's happening, what you see on social media, what kind of pain you have, what your bills are saying, you stay in the new story that I have abundance. You stay in the new story that I'm with my SP now. You stay in the new story that I have perfect health. And when you do that and continue to do that, and you be persistent, you've got to be persistent and consistent. The proportion of time for things to manifest is truly dependent on how many times you go back and forth between the two. What choice are you going to make? The choice to stay in this beautiful place inside of you, no matter what's going on outside of you, until it manifests. And then you're already being it. You're being it now, and it's just flourishing. And it happens so naturally. Sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, it's here. I got it. Because everything just flows beautifully and energetically when you relax and you fall into dwelling into it, whatever it is, now that I have it now, it's mine. I am that person. And you live from there, dwelling in it. Questions, you may leave a comment. I will answer your question, or you can schedule a coaching session with me. And remember, all of my coaching right now is still 50% off. So blessings.